Hello and good evening, everybody. Leon here. So today I'm super excited. Actually, I've got really cool training for you tonight. It is Wednesday evenings with Leon Street. If you're watching me today, the topic in question that we have is 5 steps to more leads with Facebook ads for business owners. So I just want to touch on 5 key areas that you can use if you're either thinking about ads or if you're running ads already, perhaps to get more leads. And I say perhaps because there's a few moving parts to running your ads, and I'm going to show exactly what you need to look at with those. I've also got a few things that I want to kind of demonstrate with you. So if you've got any questions throughout, remember, drop your questions in the comment below this video. We're streaming live today on Facebook, and we're also going out on YouTube. So, you know, wherever you are, if you're on either one of those platforms, just drop your comments, your questions below. And I'd love some thumbs up and some hearts as well if you're watching this. It's all good for me, keeping me motivated, and the algorithm. You know, but the biggest thing here, guys, is if you are finding the content that I'm talking about of value, then, you know, go and implement it if you can. If you need help throughout, you know, come back to me, reach out to me, drop me a message. So I have slides for you. So I prepared some PowerPoint slides for you. So, you know, if there's anything you want me to kind of go back to, just remember, just ask me, drop the comments below, and I'll get straight to it. So final thing before we get into this, there's a lot of people who I come across, business owners regularly, Facebook ads. They hear about it. They hear about the promises from, you know, a lot of marketers and other people out there, and they find, you know, that things don't quite work out. So I'm going to give you 5 steps that you can use. I'm also going to answer, I guess, some of the myths around marketing and using Facebook ads, and I guess some of the extra things that you can implement and that you can do. So with that being said, let's see if I can get a few things loaded up on screen for you. As I said, I've got a PowerPoint presentation ready to go, so we'll be getting into that. I just got to close a couple of things in the background just to make sure everything's operating and running smoothly for you, and then we can get into this. So let's go. Let me turn this slideshow on. That's working. There we are. Perfect. So I'm going to put this on, make sure we can share screens. Right, slideshow, allow. So you should be seeing on your screens right now 5 steps to more leads with Facebook ads for business owners. And it's interesting, actually. I was on an interview today with Simone Vincenzi. Some of you may or may not know him. And actually, one of the key questions he was talking about, he was asking me about Facebook ads, and we kind of went into it on there. And so I've got a few more things that I want to discuss with you today and kind of pick up on perhaps that weren't in that earlier interview. So any of you that are watching, we're going to get into this. And if there's anything that you need me to come back to, please let me know. Well, before we go any further, a couple of announcements. The Online Business Summit returns on the 16th to the 17th of July 2020. So this is my Online Business Summit that I hold. It's the 3rd one that I'll be running. I've got 16 experts, including myself, who will be on this summit. And honestly, the content's fire. I recorded most of it already, interviewed everybody, exclusive. Some of the nuggets and the action points that these entrepreneurs that I've shared are definitely going to make a difference to you in your business and where you can turn right now, especially in times of recession, because that's what we're unofficially in. You know, the marketplace has contracted. There's still businesses that are going under because they can't trade as they once used to, and, you know, there's a big impact. So if you want to know how to recession-proof your business, register for the Online Business Summit. Go to www.obsummit.com. You'll join the notification list, and everything should be sent out as of tomorrow. So make sure you join for that. And finally, if throughout, you know, what I'm sharing with you this evening, wherever you are in the world, and you need help with growing your business in uncertain times, book yourself in for a call, for a chat with me. Just go to leonstreet.com/apply. Fill in your details there and pick a date and a time for us to have a chat. So final point, when you do book in your slot, make sure you fill in as much as possible, because if you haven't filled much and you haven't told me about your current circumstances and you need help, I probably won't take your call if you've not filled much in. So make sure you fill as much as possible. So let's get into this. There's a few things that I want to discuss. I'm going to jump into it. We're going to look at the overview of Facebook ads. Now, I guess the key thing here is There's some markets that can be very competitive compared to others, and there are more, or even others where, you know, they can be more sophisticated. Yeah, meaning that when you're going up against your competition or even going out to your target audience, it's more sophisticated because people will that they will already be aware to what level your message needs to be communicated. And if you're not communicating at that level of sophistication, meaning that it can be difficult to cut through the noise and have people to actually respond to your ads by clicking on them, either reading or watching your content, i.e. videos. And I guess this is where a lot of people kind of get, you know, messed up with Facebook. They don't understand their target audience. And whilst it's not one of the key steps that I've put in today officially, we're going to get onto audiences, aka your niche, but I'm going to share some really crucial tips that you will need to pay attention to, because I'm going to share them how they connect for each of those 5 steps as we go through today. So make sure that you really pay attention to what I'm sharing. So continuing with the overview, the reality is that a lot of initial Facebook ads budgets can be lost through trying to figure things out. This is called testing. A lot of people, though, when you get into Facebook ads, they don't realize that actually they're testing. Yeah, what most people want, and I get it as a business owner, they want to win out the gate. They want to get more clients, more leads, and this is the challenge. You got to understand that Facebook it's a marketplace, and so your ads have to build an audience who become, you know, responsive to your message. And a lot of people, you think about it, the first time you run an ad, or if you've only ever run an ad for, let's say, a day, a week, or whatever, people don't really know you. They haven't got to know you. And in this day and age of attention span and, you know, people paying attention or having the attention to even look at what your ad or anything is, it's very low. Yeah. And I think I was reading the statistic. I think Microsoft did a report on this, a research report. And what they came up with is that the average attention span is 6 seconds. Yeah. And when you look at that, 6 seconds, it's like it's nothing. But it also means that your ads need to stick out as fast as possible, because as far as the last time I checked, there was a statistic on how fast people scroll the timeline. And apparently it's 1.7 seconds for a thumb up and to scroll on average. So you're challenged by the attention span of people being very short, and the fact that you've got 1.7 seconds usually to trigger somebody into taking note or notice of your ads. So bear in mind, when you're launching your first, you know, ads and your campaigns, you're going to be burning through your money and, you know, as a test budget. So when I say burning, probably you're not going to spend a lot. You're going to test. You're going to keep your budget slow to some minimums, and we'll get onto that a bit later as well. If you got any questions, guys, as well, as we're going through this about Facebook ads, remember, drop your comments, your questions in the comments, sorry. So why is this? Well, when you first start, your pixel, the thing that allows you to track all of the data of your ads, you're a new entity to Facebook and your audience and the target audience that you're going for. So this is the phase that can be costly and time consuming when you first start. Now, I'm not saying you can't win out of the gate. I'm just wanting you guys to understand that when you first start, you're starting up. It's the test phase. If you've been advertising already on Facebook, you're probably beyond that. You've probably got some data. Your pixels fired many times, thousands, tens of thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands of time. And because of that, Facebook is gathering more intelligence on you, so therefore they can serve your ads to more of the right people. So as with all advertising, this is not an exact science, but you work in the system, Facebook ads. So I'm going to share with you how you can work the system. Right, so just some quick ones. Overview. The way that you can tell what an ad is on Facebook is usually there's these 3 elements. You'll see that underneath the ad, it will say sponsored. You'll usually have the opportunity to click on like to like a page, and usually there's some kind of call to action button like sign up, learn more, register, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so that's how you know what an ad looks like. So this is how you identify the ad. Now, this is a big one for a lot of people, so let me just get this on board. A lot of people, they ask me, Leon, what should be a good budget to have for Facebook ads? Now, there are minimums. I've got the link on the screen if you want to access that. This link takes you to a page on Facebook, and they actually share with you what the minimum budgets are depending on the different types of campaigns that you can run. But what I can say to you is that you can run some traffic campaigns, i.e. get people to your website, to your landing page, your squeeze page, for as little as like £5 a day. Yeah. For some other campaigns like retargeting with a conversion ad and some other things which I'm going to get into, you can put them down as little as like, you know, £2 a day. So you have flexibility with how you can run your campaigns. But if you've got the budget, I'd be saying to you, you're probably going to spend something like at least £20 to £100 a day, right? And that depends on obviously your budget, size of your business, and the targets of what you're going for with your marketing. So let's move forward. The overview, I just want to give you a quick overview. So if you've not advertised before, or even if you have and you don't really know your way around, here's just a quick kind of overview. To ensure you're ready to advertise on Facebook, there are a number of preparation items that must be completed. The one thing I want you to understand is if you don't have an ad account, you need to create your ad account on Facebook. I see a lot of people who they go onto Facebook ads and they get this option that shows up to boost a post on their page, and they're not really running ads. Whereas if you want to set up an ad, all new businesses are able to create one ad account. So once there's active spend on your account, i.e. you've added your credit card or debit card or your direct debit, you can host a maximum of 5 ad accounts. So these, so there's currently no more options to create or request more. But to get your first ad account set up, go to business.facebook.com. So just type that into your browser and you'll see it will automatically pop up that you can set up your ad account. There's one assumption though, you have to already have your own personal Facebook ad account and set up a Facebook page for your business or your personal brand, whatever you want to run ads for. So even if you've got your own personal profile, like I've got my own Leon Street, I also have my own Leon Street Facebook page, so that allows me to advertise on Facebook. So you need to have your own Facebook page if you've not created one. If you haven't, simply, you know, make sure you join Facebook. If you're watching this on Facebook, I'm assuming you have a Facebook account. Go create a Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/pages/create. So once you've done that, you can then set up your page, ensure there's a profile picture on the page and a main cover photo. That's the basics, guys. And once you've done that, you know, you go to business.facebook.com, click on create an account, and you will get your own ad account set up ready for you to advertise. And then when you log in, you'll see on the top left, there is 3 lines. That's the Facebook ad account menu. You click on that, and then it will open up all these options, and that's how you get around Facebook ads. So I just wanted to share that with you, just so you can kind of see, it's not so scary, because I know there's people out there who perhaps haven't, you know, dived into Facebook ads so much, and it can seem like a scary place. So as I said, you know, once you click on that little 3 lines menu, all of the options will appear for your Facebook ads, and you can, you know, create and all the other things that I'm going to share with you today. So that's the overview. Here is step 1 that you need to use in order to get more leads with Facebook. You must use the Facebook pixel. So when you set up your ad account, Facebook give you a pixel, and I'll explain what a pixel is. You're like, what the hell is a pixel? A pixel is simply, they give you the option to track everything that you've got going on all the pages that you're going to send traffic to. Yeah. So it's important that you take the piece of code. It's like a connective piece of code that you put onto a web page. If you're not really techie, you ask your web designer to do this for you, but you can get the code for them. And so the way that you do that, you first of all, as I said, the Facebook pixel is the tracking method that builds the data around your audience, successful conversions, how Facebook's artificial intelligence learns more about how to suggest your ads to the right audiences and deliver the best experience for your ad campaigns. That's what the pixel is. Yeah. Now, the way that you activate your pixel, you go to business.facebook.com/events_manager. When you go there, you'll then see options to activate your pixel. So once you've set up your pixel, you will need to install the pixel code installed on all of your web and funnel pages where you wish to track your visitors. So you'll see the option like it shows in the middle. It will say manually install your pixel code. You click on that, and once you click on that, it will then show you step 2. You click where it says copy code to clipboard. You click on that, it will automatically copy that code for you. And this is the code that you either insert into your web pages in the header section, or if you're not doing it yourself, you give it to your web designer or your funnel designer. Yeah, and then they will know where to put it, and then you can use this little plugin that goes onto Google Chrome called the Facebook Pixel Helper. And when you install it on Chrome, you'll see this little pop-up like on the bottom right-hand side where it will show you that your pixel is now installed on your web pages. And so it's a free tool. You just add it to Chrome, but you can go on any page that you own, any web page, any funnel, and then you'll see that your pixel is activated. So you can see in the example there, it's showing you a pixel that I've got activated, and it shows you Facebook, and then there's an ID for that particular pixel. So these are the basics, guys. This is step one. Why is it important to have the pixel? Without the Facebook pixel, you have no data running against your ads, and Facebook would not be able to give you the full picture of how to improve your ads, how to get more conversions. And a lot of people miss this. A lot of people, so for instance, they don't have a pixel, or they'll send traffic to websites where they have no control, like to Eventbrite, and they haven't got their pixel installed, or they'll send it places, and you miss out on such a big opportunity. And I'm going to tell you why a bit later, because it will come back when you need to use something called retargeting, and that's coming up in step 5. So with the pixel, this is how you can test it using the Pixel Helper plugin. So that goes into Google Chrome. So that was step 1, pixel. Yeah. So the first step is to understand that you need to use the Facebook pixel. And a lot of people, that they set up ads and they're not running it with the Facebook pixel running properly. They'll have the best funnel in the world, and they're like, I'm running ads, but then without the pixel, trust me, you're just pissing in the wind, because your pixel is the key thing to track what's going on. It's the crux of advertising on Facebook. It's data. That's what Facebook is all about. They have the biggest user base, biggest membership, and if you really want to max out on your ads, you need to have that pixel running, so you can make sure you're tracking all the data, so you know the ins and outs of your conversion rates, the cost of your conversions, return on ad spend, all these different things that you may have heard as the buzzwords, you know, link clicks, click-through rates, all these things. Without the pixel running properly, you just miss out on so much data, and data is your friend when it comes to Facebook. It's not sexy, but it's important. Right. Step 2 in getting more leads is audiences. So now that you've got your pixel installed and you've got the initial setup complete, you need to create audience for whom you wish to target with your ads. You'll need your niche demographic information available. So if you've never done an exercise in identifying your niche and the demographics of your niche, you need to do that. This is something I can help you with. So if you haven't done this, you need to do this. You'll need a list of all the web pages that will be used in your marketing campaign. So if you have a marketing funnel, you'll need to know all the pages at each step of your marketing funnel. Yeah. And the reason why is all of this information is what you will use to help build powerful audiences. Right. So the first step is, when you're creating audiences, you'll have an option, as you can see on the right hand side, there's a blue button when you go to audiences in Ads Manager. And I'll demonstrate in a moment. I'll do a live demo. I'll go into some ads and just show you a few things. But the key thing here is, the first step is to build something called a cold audience, i.e. you're going to, based on the demographic information of your target audience, meaning you're going to use things like, you know, age, gender, location, interests, all of these things. And this is why it's so important to have your niche identified first of all. And as I said, if you've never done a niche exercise where you know your niche and the demographics of your niche, reach out to me. And this is something that I help people with in my programs. But the first thing is, you use that niche to create a cold audience. On Facebook, it's called a saved audience. Yeah. And you can see the data on the right hand side. This is how it looks. So you go create audience, click on saved, and then what will pop up is these options on the right hand side, where I'm just going to zoom right in here now, where you can identify location, you can identify age, gender, languages, also detailed targeting, which is interest. So for me, you can see I've selected in this example small business owners, and then on the right hand side you can see where Facebook is automatically telling you how big that potential audience is. Now there's a lot of people who they don't even get to that stage and really understand, I've got to create an audience. And what happens is they get lost in the boosting world, boost a post and all that kind of jazz, or boost your video. And if you really want to be successful on Facebook, you will create saved audiences. Saved audiences are your friend. It's that simple. After you've created saved audiences, what you can then do is create something called custom audiences. And the custom audiences are where you're creating audiences for people who are warm. And when I say warm, I mean people who've perhaps come across your adverts or your campaigns that you put out before. Now, if you've not run any ads before, you will still create these custom audiences because you want to track people who've been on your website, so been into your funnel. So these are either visits that are onto your funnel or your website, whether it's in the past since you've installed your pixel, as we went through in step one. But the key thing here is you want to be able to track people when they do get to your funnel, when they get to your web pages. Maybe perhaps you want to create an audience of existing people from your email list. Facebook allows you to do that by creating custom audiences. So you can export all your emails from your email list, like ActiveCampaign or Keep, Infusionsoft, and you can upload that data to Facebook, and Facebook will allow you to put your ads in front of your audience, provided they can match those email addresses to people who are registered on Facebook. And then the final one, custom audiences, when you get into advertising videos, you can actually set up audiences that will track how much of a video your audience has watched when you run a campaign. These are critical, guys. So what I see often is people creating campaigns, they don't set up saved audiences, they just choose their audience every time they create a new ad. And when they're running videos, they don't set up audiences to track how much of a video people are watching. And they don't set up audiences to track specific pages in their marketing funnels. And because of this, that data is the key. It's like the critical piece for you to actually get into Facebook ads at the deeper level and actually get conversions, because this is where you will use these audiences later when it comes to retargeting. So if you haven't got these warm audiences set up, this is where most people kind of fall out of love with Facebook ads, because they're like, I've spent £100, I've spent £1,000, I've spent £2,000, and my ads aren't, converting, or I'm not reaching the right people. It's because when people get into that trap, they're only marketing to cold audiences, and they're never getting to the stage of really retargeting people with a warmer message and a specific message to where people are based on in your funnel. And what I mean by that is, think about it. When you run your first campaigns, you'll go out to people who've never seen you before or heard of you. And then when you run your second campaign, when you want to retarget those people, you're going to show them different types of ads related to what they've seen already. You're not just going to keep regurgitating the same message, because you'll just piss people off. You'll annoy people. And we've all come across ads where, they keep annoying us, popping up and blah, blah, blah. And that's where you don't want to be. So moving on then. So that's audiences. Now, there's a couple of things. When you create your audiences, they save for you, so you can keep track of the names. So you can see some examples there of audiences I've set up in the past. And it's pretty straightforward. When you click on create your audiences, Facebook will guide you through. You choose a specific page that you want to target, so you can track visits to your, as I said, to specific pages in your funnel. And you simply copy those links. You can either get them from ClickFunnels or from WordPress, wherever your funnel is created or built. If your web designer is doing it for you, or your funnel designer, get those links from them. And you paste them into there, and you'll create your audiences. And now you're able to track all of the pages that are essential or critical for you to understand, how to get return on investment. So step 3, custom conversions. So we've done step 1, which is all about your pixel. Step 2, which is what we've just gone over with audiences. Step 3 is custom conversions. So here's the thing. When you're running your campaigns, you need to track when a person has successfully either opted in for, let's say, a lead magnet, registered for a webinar, or even purchased, something if you're running like an e-commerce store. So a custom conversion is what allows you to track an event or an action that has taken place that you consider that needs to be recorded in order to show some type of result, which usually is like a key performance indicator, like a new lead, a new opt-in, a new application form submitted, a new contact form submitted, or a purchase. Yeah. So custom conversions are another feature of Facebook ads that allows you to tell Facebook that this is an action worthy that you want tracked. Because what they will do is use those custom conversions to help you with some of the types of campaigns that you can run on Facebook, to be able to tell them that I want more of these people. Yeah. And what happens is when you run a conversion campaign, Facebook specifically put your ads in front of people who are most likely to convert. So it's important that if you're running conversion campaigns, that you have something to tell Facebook that you're tracking. So I'll give you a quick example. So if you have a contact form on your website, this is very basic. The thank you page, so after somebody's filled in the contact form and then they go to the thank you page, the thank you page would in actual fact be the page that you track. Yeah. So in terms of Facebook, custom conversions are the page, the destination where you want people to get to. And this is a critical piece here, guys. So if you look at this, you can use things like webinar thank you pages, lead magnet thank you pages. Those are what you would track as custom conversions. So types of conversion categories: leads, purchases, submitted applications, or people subscribing. So those are available for you guys. Step 4, campaigns. So when it comes to marketing and running campaigns at the campaign level, this is where you choose your objective. Now, I've said it a couple of times, you know, if you're choosing a custom conversion objective, so to get conversions, there's a few things that you can set up. So I've identified a couple for you here. So when you're in Facebook ads, you'll see a big green button that says create, and that's where you can create your campaigns when you're on the campaigns tab. And there are things like awareness, consideration, and conversion. Those are the 3 objective categories. Most of the time when you're marketing on Facebook, you're probably going to use consideration and conversion. So let's have a look at those. So when you click on create, you'll see this pop up and it will look like this on Facebook ads. This is the window, and you can see right in the middle, there's 3 columns. The first column is awareness, and then you've got consideration and conversion. As I said, consideration and conversion is probably the most likely objectives that you're going to run. You're probably going to look at things like traffic, video views, lead generation, messages, and then when it comes to conversion, you're probably going to look at conversions. Yeah. So this is how campaigns are structured. You usually have a campaign, which then has a number of ad sets where you choose and select your audience and your budgets. Yeah. And remember, in the campaigns, you select your objective, and then each ad set can have multiple ads. So where you contain your copy, the text, the images, and the videos. So it's a very basic structure, but this is how you need to understand how Facebook ads are actually structured and constructed, because that way you'll have an understanding of, when I create a campaign, I can have multiple ad sets where I'm targeting different audiences, and I can have multiple ads to test to find out which one is the winner. Yeah, this is critical. So types of campaign objectives we just went through. So these are the ones I would recommend you guys to look at if you're looking to get more leads. Traffic: send more people to a destination on or off Facebook, such as a website, an app, or messenger conversation. Video views: get more people to view your video content. Conversion: so drive valuable actions to your website, app, or in messenger. Also track conversion events, you know, opt-ins, applications, those types of things. So number 4, lead generation. So you can drive more sales leads, such as an email address, mobile phone number, from people interested in your business. And with the lead generation campaigns, they're really cool because it happens on Facebook. A person doesn't even have to go to your website to give you their information. Messages: so get more people to send messages to your business in Messenger, meaning, again, they don't even have to go to your website. They can go straight from an ad to drop in a message on Messenger, and you simply respond from Messenger on your Facebook page. They never even touch your website. So, you know, these are some really cool objectives, because that way you're keeping them safe on the Facebook platform, where they don't even have to think about leaving, so they feel comfortable, and potentially that's where you can get more leads. So those are 5 campaign objectives that I recommend you to test when you're running your ads to get more leads. This is what they look like. As I said, consideration and conversion. Those are the key ones to really get into to get things moving. Right. So here's my final step then, guys. If you want to get more leads, you've got to use retargeting. Now, in a nutshell, retargeting is the ethical way to stalk people online. And when I say stalk, I mean it, as I said, in an ethical way. So if somebody touches your website, so they've clicked on an ad, they get to your website, and you've got the Facebook pixel installed, that means you can track that person, because you will have data to say, hey, you have a number of people who visited a page on your website. Now you can set up ads specific to those people who visit pages, and you can set up ads and audiences specific to individual pages. So depending on where they land on in your funnel or on your website, that means you can send them different ads, different messages, knowing where they've been. Yeah. And the beauty of that is you're now in a position where you can tailor the message, so you don't have to send like generic messages, generic ads, just regurgitating the same thing. Imagine somebody comes to your marketing funnel, they're going to register for your webinar, they're going to register to download a lead magnet. They click, they go to the lead magnet page, and then they opt in to get the free PDF that perhaps you have, like a free guide. So they opt in, now they're on the thank you page. But let's say on the thank you page, you have another offer, but they don't take up the offer. So when they next see ads, they don't have to see the original ad that they clicked on to download the free guide. Now they can see an ad, or you can market to them with an ad that is specific to them because you have identified that they've been on the thank you page. So you can now have an ad that would potentially say, hey, thanks for downloading the free guide that you recently opted in for. What I want to remind you is of the great offer that we have now available to you. So when that person clicks that second ad, because you're retargeting them because they've already been in your funnel, now you can give them really specific messaging to the next offer. Yeah. And this is powerful. And this is what a lot of people miss. And you can use it in another instance where if people are watching your videos, you can retarget them based on not, clicking on a website, but how much of a video they've watched, a percentage. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly jump into, if I can just find, here we are. Let's go back to it. I'm going to jump into sharing my screen. I'm going to share. I'm going to demonstrate for you guys. So let me just find it now. Firefox. Let's see. Not that one. Let's see. PowerPoint. All right. Let's see if we can get it. Window, Firefox share, StreamYard. Here we are. So now I'm going to quickly jump into some ads and just talk about retargeting very quickly with you so you can see. So here we are. So let me show you what's going on here. So I'm in Facebook ads right now, and this is a new campaign that we're running. We're doing some testing. And with the testing, we're doing it very low profile to kind of get conversions, get leads out for a particular campaign I'm running to a webinar. Now, you can see that on the very bottom, we've already had some leads. We attracted these leads in. You can see here, if I go right across, let's see, there's 2 leads, and we're paying £3.79 a lead, which is great. The lead cost was actually a lot lower. We're testing on a very ultra low budget because we just wanted to test based on devices and a few other things, some technical stuff, but there's something I want to show you that's very simple. Yeah. Now, the simple thing that I want to show you is I'm in my campaigns and I'm in a specific Okay, are we back on? Are we back on? My apologies, guys. I just had somebody say we can't see. So let me just make sure the settings here, because I want to make sure that you guys are seeing everything that I wanted to demonstrate. So thank you. My assistant just walked into the room to advise me. So let me just fix this, guys. Give me one moment. Okay. Right. So here we are. Okay, cool. So I'm going to load the page back up for you. So just give me a second. What I'm going to do, just to be ultra safe, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a screenshot in a moment, and show you the retargeting part, because this part here is, I guess, the most critical piece of these 5 steps, because a lot of people miss this part, and I want to make sure that you've got it. So here we are, pin tab. There we are. So I'm just making sure that we are live. Yep, I'm still there. Perfect. So now I'm going to share screens. We're going to go again, guys. I just want to show you this one brief step when it comes to retargeting, and then we can wrap up. Here we are. So here we are. So I'm in the ad set. So if you're following, I'm in the ad set of a particular campaign, but here is the critical piece that I want to show you guys. So I'm running the ad to an audience that engaged with my ads in the past 3 days. Yeah, so these people are seeing an ad based on interacting with my ads in the past 3 days. Yeah, this is the critical piece. So now I'm going to jump back and explain to you what's going on. Yeah, so if you followed what I just shared with you, I'm running ads right now to people who've engaged with my ads in the past 3 days, and I've got some other intricate audiences that I've set up for targeting people. Now, would you like to be in a position where you could track people who've been on your website in the past 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, send a different message to people if they've been on in your funnel on your pages in the past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days? So you can send different messages to people based on where they've been in your marketing funnels or websites, where they've interacted in your campaigns based on how many days since they've clicked or done something. Imagine being able to track people to that extent. Yeah, that's what's possible when you set up audiences and you use them to retarget people. So you're setting up campaigns using those audiences and retargeting people. This is where people miss out on Facebook ads, because I would say like 50% of your budget when it comes to advertising on Facebook is building the audience. The other 50% is to retarget people, to go after those people who are warm, so that you can start to filter down the people who keep watching your videos, who keep clicking on the links, going to your funnels, and now you're serving your ads to people who are actually engaged. So it comes back to almost like the AIDA formula: attention, interest, desire, action. Action is the part where they're clicking, where they're really getting into the ads that you're putting out there. And hopefully this is making sense to obviously you guys who are watching. And this is, you know, the critical piece. And now I can just reshare my PowerPoint with you, that a lot of people are missing out, because when it comes to your marketing of your ads on Facebook, you've really got to think about the step that people are in, the place that they're in terms of the awareness stage. Yeah. Now, there's a great book that I referenced by Eugene Schwartz called The Breakthrough Advertising, and he spoke about it with these 5 stages of marketplace awareness. But what you got to look at is when you're running your ads, it's understanding at what level of awareness are people aware to your message. Yeah. And if you want to break it down and make it easy, it's almost like, are people cold, are people warm, are people hot? And based on those temperatures, you show them different messages, because it's like having a conversation. It's like if you met a person, yeah, and you were having your kind of first conversation with them, you wouldn't keep repeating the same things. That's what people do when they're advertising. They keep showing the same ad, the same ad, the same ad, the same ad, instead of saying, hey, we met about a week ago, you was telling me about XYZ, now let me tell you something new. And that's what your ad should do. It should let that conversation continue to flow, so that people, you know, maintain that interest up until the point that they take the action that you want them to take. So I'm just sharing with you some of the types of ads that I've run before, you know, personal images. And I'll tell you why I use them is personal images of you and lifestyle works the best, because people want to connect with people in this day and age. Yeah, they want realness. I test images of like animals that I find interesting, or just pictures that I find interesting, pictures from workshops, pictures where, you know, we've purposefully created them to promote events and so on. All of these things you've got to test, guys. And, you know, if you've gone through this and you watch this Facebook Live and you're like, you know what, I'd love to have some help with Facebook, because quite frankly, I understand parts of it, but the rest is a bit overwhelming. Reach out to me. You know, I'm more than happy to help you. I have programs specifically for business owners to go to the next level when it comes to advertising on Facebook. And remember, final announcements, guys, the Online Business Summit returns 16th to the 17th of July. Go register now. Go to www.obsummit.com. Register. This summit's it's amazing. I've got 16 speakers, including myself. And if you want to recession-proof your business and you want actionable strategies, spend the 2 days with me next week, 16th to the 17th of July. I guarantee you, if you're not impressed by lunchtime on the first day, I'll send you a free copy of my book, More Leads, More Clients. So you just let me know in a message and say, Leon, I'm not happy with the content of the OB Summit. And like I said, I will send you a free copy of my book, printed, first class, anywhere in the world. So go there, www.obsummit.com, register. When you register for the Online Business Summit, you're going to be blown away with what we've got prepared in the content for you. And finally, if you are in a position where you need help, remember, just reach out to me. You can either message me on Facebook, you can drop me a comment or a message on YouTube if that's where you're watching me as well. I'd love to help you go to that next level, guys. So I've really enjoyed today. We've blitzed through 5 steps to help you with your Facebook ads. And what I would say to you guys, the key thing here especially in these times right now, recession, is the more leads that you can get, the more you can grow your business, the more success that you will find. Because where a lot of people get challenged is they don't know how to get brand new customers. They don't know how to get people who've never met them before and turn them into customers. And if you can master that and get to some level of mastery when it comes to converting cold audiences into warm and then into actual hot people ready to buy from you, that's what this is all about, guys. So thanks for watching. Remember, I'll be back on Sunday. So if you want to wake up nice and early with me on Sunday morning, it's not too early, 8:30. Yeah, join me 8:30 a.m. Sunday morning UK time. And there I'll be speaking about business, life, and just various things. Next week, I'm going to be covering on the next week, Wednesday, in fact, I'm going to be covering the essential steps you need to look at in order to have your own online course. And I'm going to be taking you through the steps, a couple of insider secrets that I use with one of my clients to generate over 100,000 in less than 12 months with a £27 course. So guys, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you Sunday.